Hello and welcome back. Hello and welcome back to another edition of some practice problem mega cuts. So this time around, we're going to be doing one variable, multi-step algebraic practice problems. And these have one variable, and a variable is just a placeholder for a number or other expression that you can manipulate using the operations that we know and love. So as I did in my previous video, I will solve the first one with voiceover steps, and then we're going to be doing 19 more examples in this particular video. So try to do each on your own before watching the solution. And this time around, I'm also going to be using a Chromebook to write on, so there is more clarity in my handwriting, and I hope this is a helpful video. We see here that we have some easy operations. On the left side, we have some multiplication, which we'll go ahead and label that in green for an M with an M there. And then over here, we'll label in red or orange, or I'm not great with colors. We have some easy addition. And we're going to go ahead and take care of those first, just to go ahead and get some of the equation condensed down. So for our first step, we're going to try this multiplication here on the left side. So that goes out to 10 times x plus 30, because you're 10 times 3. So you go here and you multiply there, and then you multiply there, and then that's how you get this expression right here. So now we rewrite the rest of our expression, and we'll go over here and let's just do this simple addition on the right side. So we have x minus 5 plus 3. So that is going to just be the operation of the negative 5 plus the 3, which means that we will have negative 2. So we end up with x minus 2 on this side. So from here, we have one more expansion that we can do, and in order to simplify, because with these types of problems, you want to simplify what is easy at the start. And then you're going to expand both sides. Okay, so go ahead and do a little bit of erasing action in there. Switch back over to our pen. And then third, we're going to place your variables. I'll just use a V on one side, then solve such that the coefficient of the variable is 1. So when you have any variable, like let's say we have y or x just by itself like that, there's actually an invisible 1 sitting in front of it. And that's just the only thing we want it to be. That's in its natural state. So this x right here actually has a invisible 1 there. And beforehand, when we did this, we looked and we saw there's an invisible 1 up there. And that's how your 10 times your 1 results in your 10x right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and also expand out this term right here. So if you look here, there's a hiding negative 1 that is sitting right there. So let's go ahead and do that multiplication, negative 1, and then negative 1. So that gives us our 10x plus 30. It's going to be plus 9x, pardon me for that there, and a plus 4, because a negative times a negative is a positive, and that equals x minus 2. So since we have a couple, this is all addition over here, which means we can use the commutative property of addition. and we have all addition on this side. So let's go ahead and add our like terms. If we go ahead and change our color here, we'll go with red. You can see, put our line over there and our line up there, and those are both terms that we can use together. And look, these are just simple number operators. So we can rewrite this now. If we switch back to the red, as 19x plus a 34. And that's going to equal our x minus 2. So let's go ahead and isolate this 19x on our left side as much as we can. And by doing that, we can go ahead and subtract 34 from both sides. And we'll go up here and start again. We have our 19x. This pen is not fantastic. Minus a negative 36, because negative 2 minus 36 is in fact negative 36. So we have an x over here, we have an x over here. Let's do the same thing we just did. Minus x, we have 18x here equals negative 36. So let's go ahead and solve for x by dividing out by 18 on both sides. There's a little stray mark there. And we get x equals negative 2 as our answer. For this particular example, we actually don't really need to show our work. We can do this with some mathematical reasoning. However, we will solve it anyway just to prove our thinking. So I'm going to predict that this particular question is 0. And I say that because our only constants, which are this 3 and this 3 here, are on opposite sides. And that means that they're going to cancel out if I do anything to this 3 on this side. So we have 0. And that leaves this will be a negative 4x, pardon me, a negative 4x. However, when you're dealing with a 0 here, and when you're dividing 0 by anything, it's always 0. So look out for those multiplicative zeros because you can save yourself a little bit of extra headache. example too. We can use the distributive property to make this example a little bit more tricky. If you would like to practice that, I can show how one might do that with this next example, and it is not necessary in this particular example, but it is still helpful. Okay, so that finishes up our current video for today. and subscribe for more content, leave a like, and leave your requests for more topics in the comments. As I said before, I am capable of doing practice problems through a wide variety of subjects, and I'm always glad to help. So have a good night.